Life seems right and so well established until one day you meet him. And you just can't figure out whether to be happy about that meeting or try to forget about it. Since high school, I was the right girl. I was a good student, to my parents' delight, and I always thought with my head so I wouldn't get into trouble. Boys were a taboo subject for a long time. In fact, I never really dated anybody. Just innocent friendships and kisses on the cheek, and the rough breakups because guys wanted something more. And then my future husband showed up on the horizon. It was very clear and comfortable with Maxime. It was less than a month before graduation when he asked me out on a first date. Max was much older, could afford to take his time, tried in every way to interest me as a person. Naturally, I looked at it all through rose-colored glasses. Such a distinguished fiancé, well-mannered, interesting, with a car and his own apartment. And he had such good reasoning. To this day, I think I was very lucky to have him. We had a big wedding with the obligatory white dress, limousines, and other tinsel. He was my first and only man for years. Now I look at it in a different way. To say that I was thrilled by his caresses is not really true, but I can't say that he didn't try or fail me either. Overall, he was the perfect husband and father to our 2 children, and he was also a visionary companion who got me educated and into the family business. On more than one occasion, he said he was going to pass away before me anyway. So it was worth it for me to keep up with everything, and to be able, at the very least, to feed the kids. So year after year went by, well-fed, quiet, and predictable. Everything changed on the day when Maxime got sick, or rather, when he became quite ill. To be fair, it should be said that his heart had been aching for a few months, but a very big deal was coming up, and he categorically didn't want to leave matters to chance and go to the doctors. The deal went through, and we went out to celebrate with the partners. After a small dose of alcohol, my husband blushed, began to complain that he was stuffy, but flatly refused to leave. An hour later, they had to call an ambulance. They never saved him. They couldn't get his heart started. All the money in the world was worthless in an instant. I thought it was just a bad dream. Then came despair and severe depression. But the kids literally saved me. My daughter begged me so pitifully not to orphan them again that I forced myself to get up. Maybe time heals, but my therapy with time lasted a very long time, almost 4 years. I could not let anyone near me, shunned men, and reacted sluggishly to compliments. In fact, I gave up on myself as a woman and became more of a businesswoman and mother. I also took up creative work to get over this emptiness in my soul. I started embroidering pictures with beads. On this wave, I met an interesting girl who came up with all sorts of interesting know-how. Her brother brought her to one of the meetings. As soon as I looked at Sasha, my legs just buckled. The blue-eyed, 2-meter-tall athlete was genuinely into his sister's hobby and treated her more like a father. After all, their father had left the family a long time ago. Of course, I didn't let on that I liked him, and when I neatly found out that he was 8 years younger than me, I was completely upset. But as it turned out later, he also liked me. I no longer remember how we ended up with his sister at this party. I don't remember why I allowed myself extra cocktails, why he came to guard us, and how I ended up in his arms. His pumped-up body turned me on to the limit. We just went in for coffee and his sister suddenly disappeared. But he was there, so sweet and desirable. He pushed me lightly against the wall, and I felt all his strength, all the passion of his kisses. I didn't have the strength to resist. A little more and I was on the kitchen table. My body was burning and everything was spinning. And he came inside me again and again, and I knew I'd never felt anything like that with my husband. The next morning I was burning with shame and didn't know what to do. I wanted to forget everything, but it turned out I was not a one-night stand for him. He wanted to try and build a relationship with me. Our meetings have been going on for almost a year now. He insists that we live together, that I introduce him to my children. He's not a poor man to suspect him of being an Alphonse. I'm not supporting him, but his apartment is clearly too small for me and the kids. I can't imagine bringing him into the house my husband built, but I just can't lose him either. When I see those eyes and feel his strong arms, I lose my mind. Maybe someone has been in this situation and can tell me what to do so that I do not desecrate my husband's memory and at the same time do not lose someone close to me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like it. Also put a bell so you don't miss new videos. See you soon.